My family came up from the Jim Crow South for better opportunity. And when I talked to my father, who's watched his uncles be lynched, who came through 1971 and started a trucking company, one truck, one trailer.
You know, so many of the families in the city of Detroit, you know, our parents and grandparents come from the Jim Crow South. You know, my grandfather and his brothers, they came here because they heard Henry Ford was hiring in the foundry. You know, I can authenticate that story. You know, I could actually drag my uncles in here and they could tell the story at 85, 87, 89 years old. When you talk about something so significant to the history of America and brutal and we called even terrorism of that day, lynching, which is hanging a boy or girl, a man or woman from a tree until they were absolutely dead, just because of the color of their skin. You better be right about this. This is not something that you should offer and proffer in an interview to gain votes. It's too important to the history of America and to the history of black people to be trivialized in a political campaign. So I hope that's true. I hope it's an authentic message that he's sending. I don't know what for. He'd be better off talking about himself and how he grew up and how he engages people and what he wants to do as governor. But to bring up that history is kind of the same thing I think he's discussed in campaigns of race baiting. And to do that, one gentleman talked to me about the stolen valor that happens when military people start to claim that they did things that they didn't do. They were in the military, but they weren't in this battle. They didn't go through this. They didn't have people that dropped by them. This is kind of one of those type of stories. And I hate when people do this. It's so important and it's so rich to this country's history that you don't trivialize it for votes.